All right, I'm literally at the Sacramento airport picking up my special guest for the day. I'm really excited. Let me make sure I don't get in an accident. This is going to be a fun card show. Just wait until you see who came to visit. What's up?
How are you, my handsome friend?
And we were in the show for about literally 2 minutes before the big pickup of the day. Mr. Petty shelling out hundreds. He got a good deal on a beautiful Red Heart Stan Musial. It is gorgeous from my buddy Mitch. We'll take a look at Mitch's table here again in just a second. Here's another table, had some great pre-war cards in this case. Some of those Diamond Stars, which are phenomenal. Some Leaf. And then a lot of early 50s, 51, 50 Bowmans up there, some 52. Look at the Jackie Robinson 53 tops in a 5 next to the Pee Wee Reese. Oh man, that case had a lot of eye appeal. And then these Auravision, my buddy Jason at Everyday Card Collector, he is a fan of those, and they were for sale. And I'm like, he was offering them at a crazy good deal. It was a complete set plus these three, the Mantle, Banks, and Maris, and this complete set here. And my buddy Jeremy ended up buying it for $140 for all of it. Look at how nice that Maze and Mantle are. Literally untouched. He got a crazy deal. So good for Jeremy. And then we kept looking through the cases. Some good vintage football here. And then I had showed this previously, Mr. Petty looking at that 47 Bond bred Berra. That card ended up selling at the show, not to one of us. And then some autograph stuff. Talked to this dealer. He's a lifelong autograph guy. And this stuck out to me, that Wilt Chamberlain Sports Illustrated. It's the full Sports Illustrated. Beautiful autograph. He got done himself years ago. And then I went over to my friend Scott. I've shown stuff from his table before. He just got back a big submission from PSA. He bought a collection in Arkansas. And he's got this beautiful 56 Mantle and a PSA 5. Look at how sharp and clean this 52 Willie Mays is and a PSA 4. Now, it's obviously off-center, but look at it compared to his other 4. The sharpness on the corners and the clarity and the color in the picture are outstanding. Again, these are all Scott Dado there, and he also has a 53 Mantle. These literally came back from PSA within the week. This is the one that jumped at me the most, the 52 Bowman Willie Mays in a 4. Look at the centering on it. It was a gorgeous card. You can see the serial numbers there are well into the 9s. That's a beautiful card. And then he's got this really nice 51 Bowman Mantle. Now, the registration and corners are great. It's got a little bit of a color thing on his ear there. And other than that, it's a beautiful example. And then an off-center but sharp 57 tops Mantle. It is a really, really sharp card. Again, he bought that collection a couple months ago. We had been talking about it and texting about it, and now they are all back from PSA. So if you're interested in any of these, reach out to him. He will be in Cleveland for the National, and he's doing one of those night shows at a nearby hotel. I'm not sure which hotel it is, but you can always reach out to him via the information on his card I showed. Then I went over to my guy Mitch's table. Mitch has such great stuff. He goes to the Burbank Card Show as well, and he just had some amazing stuff. Just beautiful stuff. And he's got some stacks of cards. You can see a beautiful Bob Feller 38 Gowdy, which I'll show you closer in a second. A bunch of T206s there. I'll show you some of these stacks here in a second. Mitch is great, and don't hesitate to reach out to him either. This is the table that Mr. Petty bought his Stan Musial Red Heart. That's him to my left there. So I started going through some of these. There's a beautiful Lefty O'Doul DeLong in a high grade. It was gorgeous. Lefty O'Doul has a lot of Northern California roots. And you can hear Mitch and I talking there. You got this Zach Wheat, beautiful American caramel Zach Wheat in a 2, pretty well centered. There's a little bit of staining on the back, which is obviously the reason for the 2, but other than that, it's got fantastic eye appeal. And then this Walter Johnson in an SGC2, really well centered, side to side, little off top to bottom. That one was really tempting me, and I'm like, I can't buy this. I'm about to go to the National. Then you got this Mordecai Brown portrait and a bunch of Chief Bender there. Some beautiful T206s. He's been getting more and more into pre-war. Again, he sets up at the Burbank Card Show, and then he comes up once or twice a year to our local Sacramento show as well. You see the next stack coming up. More T206s. How about a Ty Cobb and an authentic? Really good eye appeal. You got Fred Clark as a Hall of Famer. Got a Doc Casey. Again, nice stuff. Harry Davis, he led the league in home runs for 4 straight years. Back to, and then this Addy Joss, I'm like, whoa. Front of it is outstanding, and then on the back, there's a little stain there. But other than that, it is a really nice looking card, and his portrait sells for quite a bit. You got a Huey Jennings, which is a Hall of Famer. I love the portraits from these T206s. You got a Bull Durham. Got a few more we're looking through here. He's been getting more and more into that pre-war. I'm telling you, he has great stuff, and I always love visiting with him and his wife as well. Some more beauties. Look at the color on these. Very reasonably priced. So I just couldn't pull the trigger as much as I wanted to. Here's a Cy Young. It's got a crease, obviously, a couple creases. But these things these get me the most excited when I'm at a show and I see some of this kind of stuff, which you don't see very often at your local show. This Ed Walsh, oh my gosh, it's a 1. You'll see why here in a second. For $400. It has outstanding eye appeal in the front. It's got that little paper loss and stain there on the back. That's the reason for the 1. But Ed Walsh, he's the career leader for lowest ERA ever. Hall of Famer. Card's always really expensive. That tempted me. Got a Jimmy Foxx Diamond Stars. I mean, Hall of Famers in here. Again, he has some outstanding stuff. And some 34. Here got a Dizzy Dean, 34 Gowdy, DeRocher. I mean, you can see these stacks. And Petty's over there working on a deal. He ends up making a trade plus cash deal. Look at this, an Eddie Collins Crackerjack in a 1.5. But when do you see Crackerjack cards at your card shows, your local card show? Man, this thing is beautiful. Absolutely.
You need an Eddie Collins
love it.
Jack.
I'm trying to get Petty to buy it, and no dice. I kept digging through the stacks, though. Here's that 38 Gowdy Bob Feller. A lot of people consider this his rookie card. It's got the cartoons on there as well. Just gorgeous. gorgeous, well-centered. It's a gorgeous card. He's had that for a little while and it's been taunting me for a while. I really would love to have that Bob Feller. And then he's got this Jimmy Foxx. Has a little bit of surface issue, which is why it got a 1. It's only $375. It's a Jimmy Foxx 38 Gaudi with the cartoons as well. Fantastic card. So we kept on looking. There's Mitch's other case. He had stacks by year and just great stuff. This is where Mr. Petty found another card in one of those stacks. So let's go ahead and see how it turned out.
All right, we just got out of the show. There's my dad hiding right there. Just got some stuff. Oh, I didn't really buy much, but I am with a guy who I think it took him 30 seconds to make his, no, 2 minutes to make his first purchase. What'd you get, bud?
What do you say there, liver lips?
What do we got?
What do we got? This little fella.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite as nice as most people like it, but
How would you rate the eye appeal on that card?
it's pretty average.
Average eye
Yeah, it's a
appeal?
little left to right, up and down. I don't know. It's a little jiggly. It's a little jiggly.
All right, so we
Yeah.
got the Stan Usual Red Heart in a 6.5, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And did you get anything else?
I managed to make a trade. I think I gave away about $300 worth of cards, and then I got this thing. I don't know why, but I
You
needed.
got yourself a Dusty Baker, the local guy
Yeah,
up in
Jesse,
Sacramento.
He was, and he went to school with your dad, I think.
Yeah, he went to high school with that guy there.
And a little fun fact is, he tried to pick up on my mom in the 1980s at a spring training game. He was the manager then, I think.
And how did that go?
Playing. Didn't go well. My mom turned him down, shot him right down.
All right.
Anyway, great seeing everybody. Glad we could represent. I'm gonna have to take my fake hair somewhere else. We
All
gotta
right.
go eat.
All right, we're gonna go get lunch. That was a wrap. That's fun.
So we obviously had a blast. Hanging out with Mr. Petty is always going to be a good time. The fact that he drove or didn't drive, he flew up just to hang out for the day. Great times. And by the way, today, Sunday, it's Mike Petty's birthday. So make sure you wish him a happy birthday. He even brought me gifts. He flies up to go to the show with me, and he brought me some gifts. I wanted to show those to you real quick. First, this beautiful 71 Kellogg's Willie Mays. Love that card. And he also gave me this stand-up Willie Mays in an SGC too. We had a great time. And then, of course, you know, we had to go out and have a nice meal, and there was no way that anybody was going to pay but him. So we had a really, really good time. People always ask, what'd you pick up, Greg? What'd you buy? The National. You guys, the National's less than 2 weeks away. I am just like, I have to save every penny I can. So I didn't buy anything. I was tempted by Mitch's Addie Joss portrait. I was tempted by his Ed Walsh portrait. Both of those were super sweet cards. There were a few other cards that I was giving some thought to, but I was determined to hold off and keep my money until the National. So I will, next show I'll be at will be there in Cleveland at the National. Again, I will, in the meantime, sometime between now and then, share my full itinerary and stuff, maybe at the start of a video or something. Last thing I want to say, today is the deadline. If you have not yet submitted your pickup for the month of June for the community show and tell video, please take a second. I will, in the description down below, have a link to the Google form where you can give the information and upload a picture of your favorite pickup from June.